it works. Okay, hang on. When it comes to achieving our goals, it has a lot to do with our mindset. This young lady, she knows about that. Prime Minister Youth Awardee Kiddist McCoy is here to share her success story as well as a few tips, especially for young people like myself who are looking to grow. Kiddist, good morning to you. Welcome to Smile Jamaica.
Good morning, Simon.
Good to have you. Thank you for being here and thank you for sharing your story of how young people can empower themselves to then empower other people.
Sure.
Passionate is how you would describe yourself, determined from a very young age. Good Deeds Foundation is your baby. Tell us how that foundation was born and what it does.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Good Deeds Foundation was formed out of a need to help young persons and to empower young persons. About 2 years ago, back in 2015, December, I made a Facebook post inviting persons who are like-minded to join me in help making a change among young persons. Didn't get much response from that post. However, a few days later, a friend of mine, Matthew Crawford, sent out a WhatsApp message with the same call for young persons to help other young persons. And on that day, Good Deeds Foundation was formed. At the end of the day, we had about 30 persons in a WhatsApp group who were sharing, the same dream or the same vision of helping young persons. And today, we have impacted over 2,000 persons from then until now. And we focus basically on activities geared towards empowering young persons and helping developing their potential.
So we're going to talk some more about how that impact has played out. But this is this giving back thing that you have is a part of your DNA.
Certainly,
something you saw in your dad. It's something you saw in your grandmother. Tell us a little bit about how you grew and how that seed was planted in you.
Certainly, definitely in my DNA, based on my upbringing. I grew up with my grandmother primarily, and she was always giving to persons. She was always giving back. If anyone in the community wanted something, they knew they could knock on our gate, and she would be there to help them. She raised kids who weren't her kids, so it's something I saw, and it was inbred in me from then.
Yeah. So you started out, you wanted to be a vet.
Certainly.
So you actually went to UA.
Yes.
Did not say for 3 years?
3 years, right? 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4.
Yes.
Kiddies. And then you drop out.
Yes.
Really?
Because I realized that that's not what that was. I wanted to do it, but that wasn't my passion. And doing what I'm doing now, I don't think twice about it. When I'm doing it, I'm lost in it. So it's like, I don't even regret those 3 years because guess what? Every step in your story, it builds you up to where you are now. So I can tell young persons now, if you're doing something that you don't really want to do because your parents tell you to do it, or you think it looks good, but you don't have that passion while doing it, or you don't feel that nudge while you're doing it, it makes no sense. Because at some point, you're going to stop doing that and doing what you really want to do.
But how do you balance that advice, though, kiddies? Because there are kids who will tell you that they have to eat. So until you're in a position to, make those decisions for yourself, you have to kind of make yourself stable with something. And give yourself an option
and to be honest,
then launch out.
It doesn't start with the kids. Parents need to also understand this as well. Because one of the reasons why I wanted to be a vet was because initially it was a doctor, because Mama wanted to be a doctor.
I see.
And I'm saying, okay, I'm going to live her dream for her.
Gotcha.
Or
she's living her dream through you.
Me.
Right.
But parents need to also recognize that they can't allow the children to make up for their mistakes or to live their dreams through them. They need to allow them to live their purpose, because we all have a purpose and we're called to that purpose.
So you knew from earlier, you're saying perhaps had you had a discussion, you would have been able to say, I don't want to do this, I want to do this instead.
Probably not as early as then, because it didn't come to me, because I've always been involved in service groups. I've always been doing service-related things since I was about 5 years old. I'm in Girls Brigade, Brownies, Girl Guides. So it has been innate. But when it comes to making a career choice, we don't normally think about things like that. We're told to be lawyers and doctors and nurses, the traditional careers.
But you're in school now.
Yes,
and you're studying business.
Yes,
so that's traditional.
Not necessarily, because what I'm focused, my major is focused on project management, which is something that is fairly new.
Right. And
it will help me to execute my projects as running an NGO. That's my ultimate goal, to run my own NGO as Good Deeds Foundation. And being on the Wildlife Fellowship last year, it also helped me to recognize that, listen, being an NGO doesn't mean that you don't earn, or you can't be successful, or you can't be, you know, gainfully employed. So that's another stigma that we need to erase as well. That persons think, okay, if I'm doing service, I can't live off this.
Right.
That's definitely not true.
So the Wildlife Fellowship is the Young Leaders of the Americas Initiative Professional Fellows Program done by the embassy, right?
Right.
You went in October of last year to
Right.
Indiana.
Right.
In the cornfields?
Definitely, in the out there in the Midwest.
Yes, but they place you with a family or an entity or that's doing something similar to what you're doing. So what did you take away from that experience?
Okay, so for the 4-week fellowship, I was placed with Goodwill Industries of Michiana. And Goodwill Industries, as we know it, or most persons know it, at a thrift store. But while being there for the 4 weeks, I learned that they were so much more than just a store. They help young persons to get employment, so they do career coaching. They have this gang violence intervention program. There's a program there which I'm hoping to implement here in Jamaica pretty soon, where young persons who are in school, who are not on track to graduate, they put them in a special program, take them from the regular classes, and they counsel them, coach them, and help them to be on track to graduate. Okay. And I met with a few of those students who told me their stories that before they were in this program, they were basically, you know, had no direction for their lives, and it made such a big impact on them.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, how can I implement something similar here in Jamaica? So I'm working on that right now.
Well, talk to us a little bit about, I really wanted to talk to you about how you've impacted the lives of these 2,000 folks, but let me just go with the producer and ask you for your tips for young people. You've pretty much been giving some throughout the interview without necessarily calling them so. But let's go in that direction. One, you said don't give up. Two, understand what your passion is and go towards that. What are some others that you would give to young folks to empower themselves?
To be honest, I could sit here all morning and give you tips. But the most important ones that I choose to discuss this morning are, one, be grounded in faith. You need to have that source that on the days when you feel like giving up, when you feel like this don't make any sense, you have to have something that you're going to pull your strength from.
And that is your own testimony. Because you did say there are days when you felt like, forget this.
Certainly, and especially when you don't get the support that you think you need. So it's also very important as well, as another point, is to have a support system. Have that one person, a mentor who you can call. Your network determines your net worth. And
Amen.
And I've proven that so many times. When I'm doing my projects, I don't always have the cash to do what I want to do, but I can pull on persons who are resourceful who can assist me. So it's definitely important. And your mindset is very important. Being positive at all times. Even when it's 2 days before the event and you don't see all the school supplies coming in and you have a target of 1,000 persons and you told these kids, you know, meet me here, I'm going to give you stuff, and you don't see it coming, you need to be able to say, you know what, it will work out eventually. And for the past 2 years doing my back to school events, it has always been a challenge up to the last minute, but it always works out.
Always works out. So stay motivated, don't give up. Even when you see it like it not manifesting, just have a little faith that it will.
Exactly, just keep going. And you said stay motivated. I always say to persons, it's like a shower. You need to be motivated every single day. You need a dose every single day.
Some people don't bathe every day. We're going to Neville in a little bit. He can tell you something more about that. But
never. I wonder if you heard
that. Of course you hear. I'm just joking. But you are a shining example as to what is right with Jamaica.
Certainly.
You are an awardee, so you know how that goes. One of our former Governor Generals say we have to use what is right with Jamaica and fix what is wrong
with Jamaica.
And you're a part of that. So we wish you all the best with the Good Deeds Foundation. I know you'll go far. And we thank you for coming and sharing.
Thank you very much for having me.
This morning. If there are folks who want to help or get involved with your foundation, how do we do so?
They can contact us via email, gooddeedsfoundationja@gmail.com.
Okay.
There's also a Facebook page, Good Deeds Foundation Jamaica, and an Instagram page at Good Deeds Foundation JA.
Everything is Good Deeds Foundation.
There you go.
Kiddist, thank you very much.
Thank you
Appreciate
so much,
it. Prime Minister Youth Awardee, Kiddist McCoy